Hey guys, it's Simblr and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with another renovation. Today I'm renovating Domus Familiarus. It is a lot in Pendleton Bay, and yeah, right now I'm just deleting everything, so that's great. But I did a poll on Twitter, and the winning result was, well, it was a tie between this one and Vista Quarry, which will be my next renovation whenever I do that. But I decided to go with this one just because I haven't really renovated any houses in Pendleton Bay yet, I don't believe. I think I've renovated a couple of bedrooms and townie makeover, but I haven't done any home renovations, lot renovations, or anything in Pendleton Bay yet. So I decided to go ahead and go with this one, and I had a pretty tough time trying to figure out a layout just because it was a weird shape and I didn't really want to move the stairs anywhere. Just because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the upstairs yet. I guess I could have moved the stairs somewhere else, but I just flipped them around instead. And yeah, the downstairs layout it's decent. I just had a really hard time trying to figure it out, so eventually I just decided to put a wall in the middle of this room and call it a day. So there is no separate dining room. The dining room is actually in the kitchen, but it's still a pretty good size. There's enough seating for 4 Sims. Although, yeah, the bedrooms, I believe the downstairs bedroom has 2 beds, and then the upstairs bedroom, not the master bedroom, there's 3 bedrooms, but the downstairs bedroom has 2 beds, I think. Wait, yeah? I don't know. Yes, and then the upstairs bedroom has a twin-size bed and then a crib, so it's meant to be like a shared room between a baby and a child, maybe. So, yeah, that's what I was going with. And I did build a playhouse in the backyard of this one just because I like building playhouses. I don't build them much whenever I'm doing actual builds. I just usually build them on their own, but I like to add playhouses and stuff, and I like to have them for my child Sims. So I decided to add one to this lot, and I didn't really change the exterior of the house too much. I did change the roof shape just a little bit. Instead of like curving down, I decided to curve it up, and I just thought it looked a little bit better. But I like the brick texture, and I do change the other part of the wallpaper. I changed it to like a white paneling, I think. No, I think I used one of the shingle patterns that comes with Pendleton Bay cats and dogs, that's the word. But I do make it white, and I just thought it looked a lot better. So yeah, that's what I decided to go with for the exterior, and then I do the landscaping and then move on to the interior, because, you know, that's what I'll do. And then this house is on my gallery if you guys would like to download it. There was no custom content used. It is on a 30 by 30 lot, and the price after the renovation is 134,269 simoleons. I believe it was a starter home to begin with. I'm not really sure, but this house was pretty much completely empty. There was no decorative objects whatsoever. And downstairs there was like this weird office thing, and all it had in it was just a desk and a chair, and there was nothing else in the room. And then upstairs, the 2 bedrooms, they only had a bed in them, and they had nothing else. No decorative objects, no tables, no dressers or anything, just those 2 things. And I don't know, it was kind of a weird layout. So that's why I decided to change the layout completely on the interior, but I did keep the exterior of the house pretty much the same as it was before. I just changed the wallpaper a little bit to make it look like, you know, there's some division and whatnot amongst the exterior wallpaper. But yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, now I think I'm moving on to landscaping now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yes. And then I do change out the mailbox just because, I don't know, I like to use the different mailboxes. I don't like using the same mailbox all the time, and I thought this one went a little bit better with this house and the location. So that's what I decided to do. Right now I'm just kind of like sketching out where my gardens and stuff are going to be. That's what I usually like to do whenever I'm doing landscaping. I just like to get the terrain paint and just kind of sketch in a little area where I want the garden stuff to be. That is just a little bit easier whenever I'm placing it in. And now I'm working on the playhouse, and you'll see pictures and stuff of that at the end of the video. There are a lot of pictures in this video. I didn't count how many there were, but I know there's a lot. There's like probably 1 or 2 minutes worth of pictures at the end of the video. So if you guys like pictures, then you might enjoy that, I guess. But yeah, the playhouse, I believe, just has like a little puppet thing in it, and then some toys and stuff, because, you know, it's a playhouse. I usually just put toys and stuff in it, and then I just put a couple of trees around. And then for the back patio, all I really placed on that was just a little table and chairs and a grill. I didn't really place anything else. And then I think I placed the dog toy box thing outside, because, you know, this house is in Brentford Bay, obviously they'd want to have some pets, right? And then inside I placed some stuff for cats. I don't really think I added anything else for dogs inside. There is like a small pet bed, so I guess dog could use that, but, you know, whatever. And now I'm just going in and placing some plants and stuff, and I really like the landscaping of this house. It's probably one of my landscaping how would you say that? Landscaping jobs, maybe? I don't know. It's one of my favorite landscapings I've done. And I don't know why, I just really like it. I like the colors of the flowers, how they go together. And I do change the color of those one plants that came with, what is it, cats and dogs. I do change them to a more green color so they match in a little bit better, just because I forgot I could change the color of them. And then I went through and I filled in the spaces with daisies, and I just thought it looked really cute, and I just really liked them. So that's what I'm doing now, and they're just everywhere, and I love them, and they make me happy to look at, because usually I just use the low-lying, I don't remember what they're called, but I usually use those to fill in the spaces in gardens. But I also really like using the wildflowers and stuff to fill in the spaces. I think they look a little bit better, and they just give a little bit more interest and stuff to gardens and stuff. So yeah, and I did actually remember to go in and place nighttime lights in the garden, just so it lights up the house a little bit better, because I know recently I've been forgetting to add lighting and stuff to the exterior of my houses, and then whenever it's nighttime in the game, it's just completely dark, and, you know, it's just confusing. So I like to add lights usually when I can remember. And I wasn't really sure what to do with the porch, so I just put a bunch of flowers outside. Just, what else would you do with the porch, honestly? But yeah, I think we're about to move inside, actually. No, I do place some flowers up here, but I do change those out because I decided to go with some little window flowers instead, and I make them red just because I felt like they went a little bit better with the exterior and the landscaping and everything. But I decided to put them up on that top part as well, instead of the little box flowers that I put up there. And yeah, I like the way it turned out in the end. It looks pretty cool. And I just put them on every single window because why not? But yeah, I think oh yeah, I put these little things here as, like, you know, their house numbers. You know how houses have those? They have like the address or whatever on the side, and that was the idea I had for that. You can't really see them that well because of the brick texture, and I didn't want to put it on the white because, I don't know, I just felt like it wouldn't be there. So you can't really see them too well, but they're there, so that's good. And I actually forget to put in the archway into the hallway until I move on to the living room, and I'm trying to decorate that area, and I'm like, how do you get into this room? And then I remember, and I put an archway there, so don't worry about that. And then now, whenever I'm building houses, for some reason, I just like to go around and do all the wallpaper and floors first. I know some people prefer to do that last, but I just like to do it in the beginning, because sometimes whenever I'm building houses and stuff, if I save it for the last, I forget to turn on the move objects sheet, and if you don't, then sometimes it'll just delete a lot of the decorative objects and stuff you have on the walls whenever you place wallpaper, and I don't know why, and it's really annoying. So yeah, I just like it, and it just helps me whenever I'm trying to figure out how to decorate the room and everything. Yeah, it just helps me to already have that in mind and what I'm going to be doing with it. So I just like to get that out of the way first. I do it in The Sims 3 as well. I just go through and sorry about that. I just go through and do all the wallpaper and stuff first. And then the table here, it is a 3 long table, but I decided to stick it into the wall to make it like a 2 wide, and it just kind of looks like it's kind of built into the wall and attached to it, so it's just got like one leg, and I think it looks really cool if you don't really pay attention to a third of the table going into the wall. But I mean, if you have okay, whenever you have the walls up in game, you can't really notice it because you obviously can't see through the wall. So it looks pretty cool, and it looks pretty cool in the pictures, but if you don't like that, you know, go ahead and feel free to change out that table. And yeah, now I'm just going through, and whenever I'm doing kitchens and stuff, I just like to place a bunch of random decorative objects that I think might look cool. I just place them around everywhere, and then I go in and use the move object sheet to move around and everything, make them look a little nicer, a little more organized. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And I never use this coffee mug holder thing. I don't know why. I really like it, and I never use it often. Whenever I'm doing family houses or something, typically I'll use it, but I still tend to forget. I think I've maybe used it 3 times, but yeah, I don't know. And I do put a little shelf above the refrigerator and put some little doggy treats on it, on it. That's the word. And then this little back exit area, I don't really decorate it too much. I think it's probably the last place I decorate, just because I forgot about it and I didn't know what to do with it. And so I think all I did with it really was just stuck a plant in there, and that's really all that would fit, because there's a door on all the walls. There's like an archway on the 2 sides of the walls, and they take up the entire wall for that area. And there's a double door for the, no, is it a double or a single door for the, I think it's a single door for the, nope, it's double. Okay, well, for the exit. And then there is the door that leads into that little bathroom there. I believe that I made that a half bath. And then there are 4 bathrooms in this house. There's the half bath, so I guess there's technically 3.5 bathrooms. And then there's another bathroom downstairs, and then upstairs there's a bathroom for like the kids or whatever, and then there's the master bedroom. And instead of having that one open up into the hallway like it did before, I did connect it to the master bedroom, so that's the only way to enter that room. And I think it might be a little bit smaller than what it was before, just because there was this weird single wide hallway leading into the bathroom before, and I hate single wide hallways, so obviously I changed that. And then yeah, I just realized that I did not line up the windows correctly, because I didn't move the windows how they were placed before, at least not in the front of the house, so I had to go and fix those because they were not even. And then for some reason, whenever I'm building houses and stuff, I always like to add in the curtains too, just because I don't like to be flipping back and forth between the rooms, because I usually just use the same curtains throughout except for bedrooms, but I do think I used the same curtains in the bedrooms in this one as well. But I don't know why, I just typically like to go through and add all the curtains and stuff first. And then now we are moving on to the living room, and I did use some of the furniture and stuff that came with, what's it called? Cats and Dogs? Yes. I always forget what the name of the pack is called, but I wish it came with a love seat in that pack that matched the furniture that I like to use, which is this little cozy looking pillows and stuff, but they don't. The only ones that come with it is like this high back couch and a wooden couch, which I do use upstairs in the hallway, but it just doesn't look nice in a living room, in my opinion, and I just don't like the high-backed seating and stuff, so I don't typically use those. But, you know, I just decided to use some chairs instead, because why not? And it was a pretty small space anyway, so I feel like if I used a love seat, there probably wouldn't be a lot of room to walk around or anything, because I do put a bookshelf in the back corner over there, and then where the doorway is, I didn't want there to be a love seat blocking that area, because that would have been weird, and I just feel like it would have been a lot of routing issues for your Sims. Then they'd have to be all confused and stuff. So, you know, I guess it's kind of a good thing that it didn't work out in the end, but I do like the way it turned out, so that's good. And then here's the entryway I'm working on right now. It's decent. I don't like the entryway very much. There's just not much I could have done with it, really. I could have added some wall paintings and stuff. I think I might have added one, but I don't know. Something just seems like it's missing from there, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, because usually whenever I do entryways, they're a little bit bigger, and I put like a table with a plant or something in the middle of it, and I just couldn't do that with this one because there wasn't enough room. So all that's really in there is one painting, the mirror, and that little table, and a plant in the corner, and that's really all that could fit in there. And yeah, I just wasn't sure what to do with it. And I did include a laundry room over here just because I've maybe done a couple of laundry rooms since I got the laundry room pack. I forget about the laundry rooms, so I decided to put a laundry room in here because I had that weird space over there and I didn't want to make a really long bathroom. So I was like, you know what, I'll just put a laundry room in here. Why not? Even though whenever you're like playing the game, laundry rooms can get a little bit tedious. Washing clothes all the time. I noticed that whenever I was just playtesting a house that had a laundry option, and it gets kind of annoying, but you know, some people like that, so why not? And then I do take the hamper out and put it in there instead, and I actually forgot to put hampers in the bedrooms. So if you download this house, you'll probably want to add some hampers into the bedrooms unless you just want to be picking up clothes off the floor all the time. But the only place that has a hamper in it is the master bathroom, and I couldn't fit a hamper in the other bathrooms, so that's why I didn't put them in bathrooms. But I also forgot to put them in the bedrooms, so that's unfortunate, because anytime your sim changes, they're just going to throw their clothes on the floor, and it gets really annoying because then you have to go through and pick it up, which I'm pretty sure you can just drag them into the hamper anyway. But I know you could in The Sims 3 at least. I don't know if you can in this one because I haven't really tried it. I know you can drag them around, so I'm assuming you can drag them into the hamper as well. But yeah, now we are working on an office. There was an office in here before, so I decided to go ahead and keep it an office, and I wasn't really sure what to do with this room over here anyway. I could have made it like a pet room, but I mean, really, who's that obsessed with their pets? I mean, I guess some people could be, but I'm not, so I just decided to make it an office and then put a little cat climbing thing over there, and I like the way it turned out. It looks pretty nice. I'd like this office. It makes me happy. And yeah, I did put a little cat bed in there just in case you want to hang out with your kitties while you're in there working or whatever. And then this over here I decorated as like a kid's room. Maybe they're twin boys, I don't know. But I can't remember if I designed it for like kids or teenagers. I can't remember. I think I designed it with teenagers in mind, or the possibility of a kid and teenager sharing a room. But I can't remember because I was working on like 2 other houses at this time. So yeah, the families I had in mind just get jumbled together, and I never know. And then here I was just looking at that. I wasn't planning on putting the dresser into the desk because the dresser wouldn't work that way anyway. I don't think it would. I don't actually know. I haven't tried it. I should try that. But it looked pretty cool having this dresser inside of the desk, and I don't know, it just looked pretty awesome. So I might do that in the future if it works. We'll see, but you know, whatever. And then yeah, we're just decorating the kids' room. I guess it is like a kid/teenager bedroom because I did put these little craft objects and stuff in here. And yeah, just a couple of double beds. I didn't put a toddler bed in here. I don't know why, because I mean, if you're creating a family to go in here, you're probably gonna make a toddler instead of a baby. But it should be pretty easy just to move the change out the crib with a toddler bed. Although I think you may need to move it around just a little bit, because right next to the crib there is a toy box, and you'll probably need to move the toy box or get rid of it. But I think there's another toy box in the playhouse anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much if you have to remove it. And then you'll just need to turn the what am I talking about? Toddler bed a little bit. So yeah, that way it'll fit better. And then yeah, I think we're about done with this room, and then we move upstairs. I believe this is the last room downstairs. So yeah, okay. And now that I see the room completed, it does look like I designed it for like a teenager and a child shared the room, or like, you know, kids were about to become teenagers. So yeah, that works. And I do change the little couch there. I turn it a different way just because I didn't like it. I had no idea what to do with that really long wall, because usually whenever I have a long wall like that and it's like on the outside of the house, it'll have windows or something and I can put curtains or something on it and I don't really have to decorate them too much. But I had no idea what to do with it, and I figured it out in the end and it looks pretty nice. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. But at first I had no idea what to do with it, and then so I think I might move on to the other bedroom and then move back to the hallway. I'm not really sure. I might figure it out towards the end, but I don't know. I was just really confused and I had no idea what to do with it. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, here you can see I'm just trying to place in a bunch of stuff, decorative objects and stuff, because I don't know, the wall just felt empty and I didn't know what to put on them, because I didn't just want to have random paintings all over the wall, and because that would have looked kind of weird. So I don't know what I was thinking, honestly, but it's just a really long wall and I hate decorating really long walls. So I decided to turn this couch, and then it made sense to put a painting above it, so that's what I did. And then I think I actually forgot to change the color of the little collage of paintings over there, so that's unfortunate. I would have changed it to a dark wood instead, so yeah, if that bothers you guys, then just change it, or change it out to a new painting, you know, whatever, or put something else there if you want. I don't know, but I really like these beds, using them in kids' rooms and stuff. I don't know why. I don't like any of the kids' beds, like the single beds, most of them, and none of the wood matches anything. So, you know, it's hard to pick beds and stuff and furniture and everything, and it's just difficult because none of the woods match, and it just irks me. And I didn't want to use white throughout this house because all the windows were wood and there was wood paneling on the walls, and it just had dark wood throughout pretty much. So I didn't want to use white bedding, and that's usually what I do whenever I'm doing bedrooms and stuff. I'm sorry, I had to take a breath. I've been talking too much. But anyway, yeah, whenever I'm doing bedrooms and stuff, I really like to use white furniture just because that's what I personally like. And I didn't want to do that with this house because I was using a lot of dark woods and stuff, and that's just, I don't know, I feel like the dark woods and stuff probably pretty much go better with Brindleton Bay, or at least the part that's not beach side. So I didn't want to use the white furniture, and none of the wood textures match, so it was just a difficult time. Like in the master bedroom, the wood on the dresser doesn't match the wood on the bed, and it's really annoying, but you know, it is what it is, so you have to work with what you got. And then I wasn't sure what else to do in the master bedroom, so I just stuck another couch in there with some pillows. And I actually think you can still sit on the pillows whenever they're on a couch like that, because I know I've done it before. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But these are the last couple of rooms, and then yeah, I was building it and I realized towards the end that I forgot to furnish the playhouse. So the playhouse I actually decorated at the end, but I did record it. So yeah, I don't know why I always forget to decorate playhouses. Usually I would typically like to do it while I'm doing the exterior of the house, but I always forget, and so I end up decorating the playhouse at the end. I guess because I'm not really used to adding playhouses in the houses I'm building, but I'm sorry that it's going really fast here. I was just going back and forth between the bathrooms, just copy and pasting everything, because I just hate doing bathrooms and I never know what to do with them. And if there's this many bathrooms in a house, I just typically use all the same plumbing and stuff, so I just go back and forth between them and copy and paste all of the plumbing and stuff. And yeah, so it doesn't look so great in a speed build, but it's just easier. And then here I am working on the playhouse, so that's good. And then I put like these little pillow chairs, and then over here I believe I just put this little dollhouse, and then over here is just a little toy area, and then I do put a couple of chairs and a bookcase, so you know, if you have older kids, they can go in there and read or whatever. I didn't put a desk in here. I think the only room that has a desk in it, other than the office, is the boys' room downstairs. And well, it's a kid's room. I guess anyone could share it. It's green, but yeah, that's the only one that has like a desk where they can do their homework. But I'm sure typically they'll just go to the kitchen to do their homework anyway. That's what my kids always do, even if they have a desk in their bedroom. So it's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. I wish you could like decide where they do their homework or something, but you know, whatever. Because I know in The Sims 2, anytime my Sims would get off of school, they'd just sit down outside right where they got off the bus and just do their homework, or just sit their homework outside, and you know, whatever. And then in The Sims 3, they'd usually go to an empty desk over a table. But the screenshots are coming up now, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, or subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what house you would like to see me renovate next time. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!